Hey everybody, it's Mike B, of course. Back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about something that can help you guys get involved with content creation on this channel. My viewer base has been growing a lot lately, so with that, I'd like to produce better and more interesting content than what's already been done. I'm not going to shortchange myself too much. But I'd like to do some really cool stuff. I've got all these ideas. The only thing that's holding me back is funding. And that's where you guys come in. A lot of you have been donating on live streams, which is cool. That money is going towards really cool things like helmet ballistic tests and getting gear to do a review on or teach you about historical artifacts, etc., etc. But I've decided to get back on Patreon and give that a whirl now that the dust is kind of settled on that whole thing. I was kind of being idealistic about getting off of there, and I probably shouldn't have, but it is what it is. People make different decisions in life, and I'm making the decision to get back on there. Now, I know, there's thousands of content creators on YouTube that, are asking people to become supporters on Patreon, and you probably already support a few on your own already. And I'm just going to ask that you at least go and check out the Patreon page. And my minimum amount is $1 a month, which is 12 bucks a year. That's like 3 or 4 cups of coffee, depending on where you get them, depending on where you're getting overcharged for coffee. And with support from viewers like you, myself and other YouTubers that I collaborate with in a non-sponsorship kind of way, can afford to do things like helmet ballistic tests. We can afford to get, $300 helmets or $800 helmets and go out to the range and show you guys what they can hold up against. We can buy cool things like Vietnam era lightweight rucksacks that cost hundreds of dollars, different helmets from around the world, checking that out. So before you say, well, just get a job. I know, I have a job. I work full-time. I have my own business. And like you, I have bills to pay, which is fine. Like, I'm not complaining about that. It's life. It's, everybody's got to make it. And I do fund most of the channel's costs. Well, actually right now, all of the channel's costs out of pocket. Now, what I'm asking for is just for you to go on and check out the Patreon and consider becoming a supporter. It would really help out, offset the cost of the ammunition, the gas to and from the ranges or other places that we go to make cool content. I can get some better recording equipment, audio and video, kind of have different angle setups and better editing software because the good stuff costs money, and just things like that. So I don't have a problem funding the channel out of pocket. That's not the issue. The issue is I can only do so much because I've got all those other obligations from my job that I can only put so much into the YouTube kind of content itself as far as money is concerned, so that limits me quite a bit on how many shooting videos I can do, how many ballistic tests I can do, where I can travel to, all that stuff. So with your support, I've got at this point about 30,000 subscribers, or 31,000, something like that, subscribers. If even half of you donated $1 a month, that would make for some pretty cool content, wouldn't it? I'd be able to travel, go interview veterans, which is going to be something that I am starting later on this year, but that's going to cost money for me to travel to and from their locations because I don't want to have them all driving, hundreds of miles to come see me. So that's going to require a lot of money, and I'm going to run out of money really fast if I'm just funding it from my personal or my business/personal income. So that's kind of why I'm asking for the donations or support, whatever you want to call it. It's not that expensive. There are higher tiers, but it's totally up to you. $1 a month works for me. Every bit helps too. And to reward you guys, we're going to be, myself and a couple other YouTubers do live streams pretty regularly now. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some exclusive live streams for supporters. And if you're at one of those higher levels, you'll actually get an invite to become part of the live stream, either a public one or a private one on Patreon. And there it'll be a little bit more personal, and if you guys got questions, we'll be able to answer them because it'll be a relatively smaller audience and more kind of small and closed, which is kind of cool. But that's a little incentive for you guys. Once in a while, I might get a wild hair up my ass and do a giveaway on there for a random patron for some cool military surplus stuff. Other than that, I just explained where all the funding is going to go. I do save that cash up. I don't have it automatically going to my account. I save that cash up for when I need to make a purchase related to the channel, such as audio equipment and anything I just listed, traveling. So it's not like I'm just taking this, putting it in my personal account for, whatever I want to get myself a pedicure or manicure. No, it's going to be channel content relevant is what I actually use the money on. So if you're skeptical about that, that's about all I've got to say on that. I think we've pretty much covered everything in this video. Let me know what you think below. Again, I have a job. Okay, that's not what this is about. This is not me begging for money. It's saying that if you want to see better content and cooler stuff and more stuff like me traveling and interviewing veterans, doing more ballistic tests, acquiring new gear to do reviews on, things like that, body armor tests, things like that, I'm gonna need your help. So, because I'm fine with just funding the channel, like I said, out of pocket. I'm fine with this continuing on as long as it is necessary. But the more support I get, the more creative I can get and start really funding the channel and the content that comes out. So, nice little recap. Consider supporting me on there. You guys get a couple incentives to do it, and the incentive is just to, help me create really cool content. I'll do my part. All you guys got to do is do yours for $1 a month. That's all it takes. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next couple thousand videos, hopefully.